I think we've had 4 competitions, and I think we've been quite at full health yet. I think the idea heading into a season is to be at full health and in the second semester, and we're inching that way. Feel pretty good. I know we've had some guys step up, and some guys that we know have had national experience that are getting healthy and getting back in there. The talent is there. We're excited about the potential, but there's still a lot of season left, and a lot of competitions in between now and then. Midwest is going to be a big stepping stone, or a chance to see where we're at right here in the middle of the season. We'll see. Excited for the opportunity. Yeah, so at 125 we'll have freshman Nathan Smith. At 133 will be senior Noah Cantu. At 141 will be graduate student Blake Mulkey. At 149 we'll have junior Jackson Hoover. At 157 senior Nathan Conley. At 165 senior Owen Zablocki. At 174 will be graduate student Trey Sizemore. At 184, junior Aiden Peterson. At 197, senior Derek Blueball. And then at heavyweight will be senior Jay Thompson. Blake Mulkey's had a really good start to the season. He's won a couple tournaments here, and has made a splash, and people are noticing. So we're really excited about him. He's wrestling really well right now. Transfer student with 1-year eligibility, so we're trying to make the most of it. I think that he's going to turn some heads here at the Midwest Classic. And then at 174, Trey Sizemore transferred in from Illinois. It's a Cincinnati kid that has been, had buddies on the team, and somebody that we were fortunate to be on his radar for an opportunity to go to grad school and to wrestle for us. And so he's starting to wrestle pretty well. I think he has had some time off, so he's still knocking the rust off. I think his best days are in front of him here, but he looked really good at Little State and had a very dominant performance in his 4 matches. So excited to see what he can do against Division II field. Yeah, so we have over 50 teams coming in. This will be once again the biggest tournament that we've had, and so it really is kind of turned into obviously a national event. With a little over 60 teams in Division II and over 50 of them coming here, it is as tough as it comes. And so, we're going to see pretty much the best field that we can see at this time. And people come to this because you have representation from every region in the country. And so for seeding purposes, for cross-regional comparisons, and there will be implications from this tournament that you will see for seeding at the national tournament and at the regional tournament. So it's really important. I think there's a lot of prestige that comes with wrestling at this tournament, and it just kind of takes us right where we want to be, or gives us a good check mark going into second semester. We always want to put out a group that is competitive, but you don't want to do it to the detriment of later on in the season too. So last year we made some adjustments in the middle and end up pulling a couple guys because of sickness, and that both of our national runner-ups last year didn't wrestle the second day of Midwest because of illness. And so it's important, but it's also, it is a stepping stone. It is a checkpoint. It is a way to see where you're at. And so you still have the for us, we still have the options of making good decisions. So we have some guys that are a little banged up. Some of the guys that are in the national rankings that will not be wrestling this weekend, but we have such a deep team that I feel good about the group that we're throwing out there, the 10 in the 10 weight classes. So I expect that we'll be competitive with this group. Yeah, Derek Blueball, being a two-time national runner-up and currently ranked second, he works as hard as anybody that's ever stepped foot in our room, at least under my time at UIndy as coach. He has always kind of been an undersized 197, and moving him from 174 to 197 a couple years ago was a lineup decision, and he was up to the task and obviously took full advantage of that opportunity. And now he's worked really hard in the offseason to put on size. He actually has to watch his weight a little bit to make the weight. Already a very strong, stout individual, is the strongest he's ever been. And so we're excited to see, him test himself against this field again, and potentially against the number one ranked guy, a familiar opponent that we've seen in the national finals a couple times. So I'm sure he's excited, and this is one that he's had circled on the calendar for a while. Owen Zablocki has had a really strong start to his season and had a couple, starting off the season winning the Maryville Open and beating a familiar opponent from McKendree that we've had some history with other guys in a two-time All-American. And so it's no surprise that he jumped into the national rankings. This will be his first Midwest Classic, and I'm sure he is as eager as anybody to get it going. So, he is a really hard worker, very passionate about what the sport, and he's exciting. He's one of those where there are fireworks usually early and often in his matches, and so we're excited to see him compete. Aiden Peterson is one of the team leaders in pins, and so he can get it from any position usually. He's dangerous, and he's also fun to coach, and very athletic, and was a late to pick up wrestling in his career. He wasn't somebody at the age of 4 that was doing a lot of wrestling, and so he still is learning, but he's been super fun to coach and watch grow as a wrestler.